Okay. All right, then we're calling this meeting back to order now. And we have a quorum. And so this is, Chris, will you take this away and Chris, Tom, will you explain to everybody what this is all about?
Okay, at this point, we are ready. We can adjourn the Board of Directors meeting and go right into the annual meeting for the election itself. Since it's general membership that does the election, right?
Okay, and so I want to make sure that Larry's hearing this because he's usually our parliamentarian and who keeps us on the track as far as doing everything right.
Anything that they're saying, you can count, I didn't hear it.
Okay,
And don't worry about it, because I'm not gonna be able to hear
you
it.
can't hear?
Oh, no,
No.
I'm lucky to understand you.
Even if you had good hearing, you might have difficulty understanding me.
Yeah, we speak the same dialect.
All right, very good then. Okay, then, so Tom, take it away. What do we do now?
Okay, the Board of Directors need to adjourn the meeting at this time, so we can call the annual meeting into order for the elections of the officers in the Board of Directors, the slate of Board of
Okay.
Directors.
We need a motion from the floor.
Second.
Second, and so you have Shad who had a motion. We had a second from John.
Okay,
All those in favor? Aye.
What are we voting on? I'm sorry.
To adjourn our last meeting.
Oh, okay.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we've closed that meeting, Tom. Take us.
okay. And now you can call the annual meeting to order for the purpose of the election of officers and the Board of Directors, the nominated Board of Directors.
Can you do that or do I have to do it?
You should do it as the president.
Okay. So I'd like to call to order the election of
The Board of Officers
Board of Officers for the Joseph Fick Family of America
and Directors.
and Directors. So we are together, we're here. Now what happens next?
If everyone agrees to the slate, everyone raises their hands in favor.
Okay, so
They're
what is the slate? Give us the slate.
Okay, the slate would be evidently the officers will remain the same. Galen Vick as president, Roger McGrew as the treasurer, and Thomas Vick as the secretary. The Board of Directors slate would be Christy Hancock, Ted Shaw, and I apologize, I didn't get the name of the new nominee,
Laura Cook.
Laura Cook. In addition to the other Laura Cook, as well as who is Larry Vick a board member?
Yes, and he's also the vice president, has been the vice president.
Okay, Vice President Larry Vick, and also as a director, as well as the other Board of Directors who are up.
Okay, that'd be Jerry Vick. Okay. And also as another officer, we have had our treasurer as an officer and our secretary as an officer. And that's, our treasurer is Roger McGrew. And our secretary is Tom Vick out of Virginia.
Okay, are we missing any other Board of Directors?
I don't think we're missing any. What about Michael Vick? Did you get that on there?
No, Michael Vick.
Is everybody now? Let me just think. Did you have Shad Vick on there?
Shad Vick.
Okay, is it everybody then? Let's see. Jerry, Michael, Shad, Laura, Ted, John, Roger, Larry, myself. Seems like I'm missing somebody.
Christy Hancock.
Christy Hancock. Yes, that's it. Thank you. That's 10. Okay. So now, So what do we need to do next, please?
Election by the membership. of the-
Okay. Okay, all those in favor of electing those officers and directors, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, did I see your hand raised, Ted? I just want to make sure I heard your voice.
You did not, because I was not yet elected and didn't have a vote, as I understood it.
I see. Well, we're having the general election. This is the general election right now, okay? So you've raised your hand. Everybody witnessed that, okay? So, just as, in the years past, in the New Testament, there's a story that goes about a man who's died by the name of Lazarus. And, Jesus Christ goes and brings him forth, brings him back to life. I just want to let you know that in the last few years, we've had one of our board members that almost died. That was Larry, and he came back to life. So sort of a Lazarus type of individual, but in particular, Ted. Ted, it was about as close to death that I can think of, and he's been brought back to life to the point where he agreed to serve on our board. So welcome, Ted. Okay.
Thank you, and I thank you all, and I thank the Lord.
Great, good. So, so the elections are over with and we're leaving them in place. So in the future, we're hoping maybe that we can start shaking up the office a little bit, especially me. Okay. I have scheduled stuff out through, June of 30/31. So somewhere between now and then, I need to be removed as president and somebody else needs to be president. So you should all be thinking about this year. So after this European trip, let's hope that we'll have after that a new president if we can, okay? I enjoy it. I don't not like it. I'm retired, have the time for it, but I just want to let you know it's good if it's shared, okay? Right, Michael? It's good if it's shared, the leadership.
Right.
And that's the president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary. It's really important that gets changed out. Okay. Okay, is there anything else that we need to do here?
I think maybe perhaps ask the general members if they have anything they'd like to discuss.
The new members?
Any of our members, any of the
Okay,
general members.
Okay,
Not necessarily.
anyone. So first of all, I'd like just the new board members to come up and just introduce themselves so everybody can see it. Yes.
Thing, I'm sorry, it's just now gotten to the bylaws.
Oh, go ahead and go, because I have.
We get like people even born, for 1 year,
I went to the doctor. And
I
got
think
that
it's 2
done.
years. So we have to decide who's the
Hi,
one.
how are you? I'm
who's
good.
2 years. Unless we go back to our last election, which is probably before 2 years. So we probably already, everybody's expired. So since we're starting from scratch, we need to designate who's the 1 year, who's the 2 year. And the reason for that was so we don't turn over a whole board.
Each year.
each
Thank you.
year.
Thanks, Larry. So,
Mhm.
so Tom, you heard that. So if you would
I
notify.
actually, Gail, actually I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Someone was not on mute.
No problem. Larry just brought to our attention is that the bylaws state that we're supposed to elect half the board every other year, okay?
Okay,
And so why don't you designate to each one of us who has 2 years and who has 1 year? The newly board elected officials, give them 2 years for sure, okay?
mhm,
All right, and then, so just split it up. I think we have 10, so give us 5 and 5, okay?
you got it. Okay, I'll do that here.
And then if you'll just make, the 4 officer, well, we'll split it up anyway, okay? All right, we need some continuity to get us through the European event. Because that's gonna be a little dicey. All right, does that be okay? Okay, so that's everything. I think we've met all the requirements. What else do we need to do, Tom?
Ask if any of the general members have any things that they would like to raise.
Okay, very good then. So in that regard, we're gonna have Laura come up just to address everybody for a second here. And you're welcome. Right there. There's Laura. You can see her. Okay. So Laura, would you like to say anything to us, to everybody, including those folks out there? You can just look at that screen and
You're okay. Well, I'm Laura Cook and I'm a local person. I grew up in Vicksburg in the city, went to school in the city. I now live out 15 miles east of Vicksburg, but I've been a historian of Vicksburg history. I have a lot of ancestors that were here, third grade, second grade, and great grandparents that were here during the Civil War. So I have a lot of history of that, what happened. But my family is also the first settlers with the Vicks in Vicksburg. And that was out at Openwood Plantation area. That's 8 miles east of Vicksburg. They were
was
first
that
settlers.
Cook?
Cook and Vicks.
Okay.
And so Foster Cook surveyed 8 lots, 4 for Cooks and 4 for Vicks out at Openwood. And there's a lady here whose brother developed that area later in later years into a subdivision, Openwood Plantation. So it was open woods and it was flat, and so they grew cotton there. So it was but I just have a long history of
Good.
Vicksburg, Mississippi. And my connection with the Vicks is Hewitt Vick married Elizabeth Clark, and then my ancestor Henry Cook married a Clark sister, and Foster Cook, who surveyed the city and the lots at Openwood, married a Clark sister. So I'm kin to all Hewitt Vick's 13 children and all the descendants after that through the Clarks. That's my connection. Is there anything else I need to say?
No, but in the way of assignment, you will be our representative here working with Lisa,
Okay,
Okay.
great.
because she's we made her an official, her dad an official Vic some years ago. And she's a part of that. We consider her a cousin. And so if you work with her and making sure that the town of Vicksburg knows that you're on the board of directors here,
Okay,
so that they involve you, example, like when they had that parade in January, we had to go out and find some Vicks outside of here so you could do those type of things for us
okay,
here.
okay, great.
So you'll be our ambassador to Vicksburg, if you will.
Good.
But we will give you, as we talk with you more, something that's meaningful for you to do on the board, okay?
Okay, great.
Great, we welcome you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, we'll turn now to Ted. Ted, if you'd like to share some things with us about being on the board.
Yes. As I think most, if not all of you know, this has been a journey for me. And I've been brought to this time and place because you all wouldn't let me go. And I'm conscious that this is a first, but I also am conscious that it reflects very much not only the Vic story, but an American story. And I don't want to be too corny about that and go on about it, but I appreciate that, and I assume that others do. So I'll do the best I can with this responsibility, and I thank you.
Well, welcome on the
Come to the
board.
board.
And so this is very important for us as an organization. Again, we're hoping that all of our relatives and descendants of Joseph, no matter what shade they are, I'm a redskin, even though I'm not any Indian. I'm just red by nature. And Ted identifies as an African American. Okay, and so we're glad to have our first African American on our board, and being elected to the board here in this Confederate country down here in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Okay. Now, tonight we'll be having a reception over at the George Washington Ball House. And we will have that live. Do they have internet over there? We'll have to find out and see if we can, you have a hotspot? Maybe we can record that. Because I would like you very much, Ted, to meet the new and past mayors here in Vicksburg. They happen to both be African Americans, but we want you to know, we want them to know that we have all of our cousins involved in our board, no matter what nationality that where they came from. Okay. So so that'll be tonight at 6 o'clock. I hope you're available for that. So we'll just put you on the laptop on a stool so people can come by and say hi to you. We won't turn the screen in a corner. We will be out looking at the audience. Okay.
Well, technology is a wonderful thing. Sometimes.
Okay. Now there's one last person I haven't been able to congratulate. She's not here. So Shad, was she invited? Oh,
I don't
okay.
know where she is.
Well,
She was gonna do something with her mother, her aunt today, and then she was gonna come back, I think.
okay. Well, so we'll all get to congratulate her a little bit later. Maybe if she comes in, we'll recognize her at that time. And again, I hope you all get to know her a little bit. Christy Hancock, okay?
How do you spell Christie?
It's Kristi.
Okay, good, with a K, all right.
Mhm. All right, then. Anybody else want to say anything? I know John's biting at the bits. He's wanting to get out the door. Nope. Everybody's okay? Larry, anything? Michael, Shad, you were given an opportunity. Okay, Ted, Tom, Jerry, any comments? Shad, we're just asking for any last comments. Okay, we're all go then? Is that all we needed to do, Tom? We're legal and
Yeah,
certified?
We're legal now, and all we need to do is, someone needs to make a motion to adjourn if we're done.
John has motioned. Close the meeting. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. So we will be back online at what time? When's our next,
At 1:30 talk, I think.
1:30?
Okay.
And by the way, we're having lunch here today and it's paid for because it's the hors d'oeuvres from last night. Oh, one last thing I forgot. Some people have been wanting to give donations to us. And we just don't do that. But if you want to buy a book and if you're buying a book for $10, if you want to buy it for $50, it's okay with us. And we can take that money very easily, okay? And for those of you who would like to buy some of the books that are here online, all the books are listed on our Facebook page and on the Facebook page and also on our web page. So if there's a book that you'd like to buy and give us a number, let Roger know that number and he'll add it to the bottom
You
line.
can donate online though, right?
Yeah, they can donate.
You can donate online, okay? That's right, you can do that. And you can tell your friends they can donate online. Anything else then? Oh, so right now there's gonna be lunch here in a little while, and then after that, the next meeting then is, you said 1:30?
1:30.
1:30, we'll see you all then, okay?
Galen, this
Yeah.
is Jerry. I may not be here for the rest of the meetings today, but anyway, everything went off without any catches this morning, thanks to Roger talked to us yesterday, and I think we apparently got something straightened out because it worked today.
Excellent then. Thank you, Jerry. I'm glad is your back feeling better now?
Yeah, it's my hip. Yeah, it's better. I still am learning to walk because I couldn't for 5.5 weeks. So I'm still hobbling around and trying to switch from a walker to a cane. So,
Very good. We're glad to have you back.
all
And-
right, thank you.
And Ted, tell your wife that Galen Vick is so happy to have you on the board.
I'll pass
That's
that
right.
on.
All right.
That's right.
Bye, you guys. Bye now.